Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome to Goal Line Hockey. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Detroit Red Wings as Steve Yzerman has been making some moves for his organization. We'll be taking a look at that in this video. If you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe down below. And let's take a look at the Detroit Red Wings offseason so far. All right, so the Detroit Red Wings are making some headway here in the beginning of the 2020 offseason. As we see, a couple weeks ago, Steve Yzerman brought in Mark Stahl from the New York Rangers. He picked up a second-round draft pick and I believe another draft pick as well. And he's made a couple of moves here in free agency. So we'll be taking a look at some of those here. So going into free agency, I made a video a couple weeks ago talking about how they were maybe looking at a starting goaltender in Jacob Markstrom, who has inevitably signed with the Calgary Flames, as well as another guy, Andy Green. We still don't know the verdict on Andy Green. I would assume he will make his decision at some point, but that's another guy to still keep an eye on for the Red Wings. Watch, as soon as I post this video, Andy Green will sign with the Red Wings. But they made a couple of other signings here that have determined the future of their franchise, and I really like some of these moves. They may not be the biggest or the flashiest moves by Steve Yzerman, but you know what? If you know anything about Steve Yzerman, he's not about the flashy moves. He just finds a way to get the best players and get the most out of those players, and that's what he seems to be doing this offseason as we look at Thomas Grice signing a 2-year, $7.2 million contract with the Detroit Red Wings. In 31 games last season, as he split starts with Semyon Varlamov with the New York Islanders, he had a .913 save percentage as well as a .274 goals against average. A pretty solid season for Thomas Grice. He's actually top 5 in the New York Islanders' history of goaltending in terms of wins. So he's up there as one of the best goaltenders in New York Islanders' history. I don't know how much of a saying that really is, but for Red Wings fans out there, that may be something to keep an eye on. He's a pretty good goaltender over the past couple of years over there for the Islanders. He's 34 years old. He is getting up there in age. On a 2-year deal, I think that's a fair contract. He's looked well, and you know what? It's tough for the Red Wings right now to find guys that want to go up there in a situation that is a rebuild. A lot of guys want to win now. That's why they go into free agency. Now, if the money's right, maybe they'll make it work. And Detroit able to pick up a pretty solid goaltender in Thomas Grice. I like this move for both sides. Meanwhile, we're looking at Troy Stecher on the defensive side of things. They pick up the 26-year-old right-shot defenseman on a 2-year, $3.4 million contract. I like this for both sides. $1.7 million per season. Yes, I can do math. So a $1.7 per year on Troy Stecher. I think that's a fair contract for Stecher. He's not this superstar, flashy defenseman. Again, not picking up the flashy players. It's the guys that get things done. I like this as a good depth move to that defense that has looked miserable. So I think Steve Yzerman is addressing that issue, adding some depth on the back end. He had 17 points in 69 games last season. He is looking to maybe improve those numbers. He's more of a penalty killer, so you're not going to see a ton of points out of him. If you get a point of him every 3 games or 4 games, that's not too bad. And you know what? There's a guy, like I said, he's going to kill penalties for you. He's not really the type of guy you want, moving the play forward and being an offensive, flashy defenseman. That's not Troy Stecher's game. And he was, he was a hot commodity for a lot of teams around the league. I believe Montreal was interested in him. The Vancouver Canucks were interested in bringing him back, as well as a couple other teams on the East Coast, New Jersey. So this was a good move for the Red Wings. A good move by Steve Yzerman. And then the bigger name, I think the biggest name out of all these guys is the Detroit Red Wings bringing in Vladislav Namestnikov on a 2-year, $4 million contract. This seems like a dark horse contract in my opinion. He's 27 years old. He's a left shot. He could play center. He could play left wing. He could play right wing. This is a Swiss Army knife. Now, if you know anything about Steve Yzerman, yeah, he actually drafted this guy back in the day with the Tampa Bay Lightning, so it seems like a perfect fit. He's 27 years old, like I mentioned. He had 31 points last season in 65 games. He's looking to continue to improve his game, and he could do that up in Detroit. Steve Yzerman, obviously, the connection is there from the past. This is a perfect fit. No surprise here. They need to add forward depth to that organization. I like this move by both sides. And despite those 3 guys that they signed, they still have $18 million in cap space. Now, do I think they're going to use all that? I don't think so. They did miss out on guys like Torrey Krug, or I don't think they're going to be in on a Taylor Hall. But they could still bring in some depth, and I think that's what Steve Yzerman's looking to do. He's looking to just bring in, credible, dependable, structured players that are willing to play it under his program. I think that's what we're seeing with Steve Yzerman. Those skilled guys will come and go as the team improves, as they get through the draft, as they continue to draft prospects. That's just going to all be part of the process here for Steve Yzerman and the Red Wings. But as of right now, I like what he did this offseason. Red Wing fans, yeah, you may be upset you didn't get Torrey Krug or one of those top guys, but someone even said in the comments talking about the Blackhawks, I wish Dan Bowman did more, or you may be wishing Steve Yzerman did more. But you know what? The best moves that get made in free agency are the moves that actually don't get made. So let me know in the comment section down below. Red Wing fans, any fans around the NHL, let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think of the Detroit Red Wings offseason so far? Are you happy with it? Would you like to see more from the Red Wings? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey and want to see the latest news around the NHL, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.